Hey everyone, welcome back to Tailfin's AI Executive Briefing. I'm Maddie, and as always, I'm joined by Eric. Today we're doing something a little different, a bonus episode and a deep dive into Sam Altman's vision for AI and what it means for, well, pretty much all of us through 2030.
Yeah, this is a big one. Altman just dropped a blog post that's kind of a roadmap for where he thinks AI is headed. And, when the guy running OpenAI talks, the whole industry listens. We're going to break down his 10 big headlines and, of course, give you our take on what matters most.
Exactly. Some of these predictions are like super optimistic and others are a little, let's say, unsettling. But either way, it's a fascinating look at the next 5 years. So let's get into it.
All right, before we get too deep, let's just recap who Sam Altman is and why his opinion carries so much weight in the AI world. Maddie, what's Sam's backstory?
Okay then, so Sam Altman is the 40-year-old CEO of OpenAI, most famous for the world's most recognized chatbot, ChatGPT. He went to Stanford to study computer science back in 2003, but dropped out to co-found Looped, a pioneering location-based social networking business, which was one of the first apps to appear on the original iPhone back in 2007. The business was sold in 2012 for a little over $43 million, and Sam went on to co-found OpenAI in 2015, becoming CEO 4 years later.
He's one of the key industry figures, and the success of ChatGPT has put him front and center in the AI spotlight. Right now, in June 2025, ChatGPT is handling over 1 billion queries a day and has over 800 million monthly active users. That's a fair slice of the connected global population, which, when you think of it, is an incredible journey since its launch at the end of November 2022. And it's a pretty unique vantage point to see where the technology is headed.
I totally get it. He's one of those rare people who's not just talking about the future, he's actually building it. So when he lays out a vision for AI, it's worth paying attention.
So let's set the scene. Altman's blog talks about a broad journey through to 2030, and Tailfin's picked out 10 big headlines. Some of it's about productivity, some about robotics, some about, well, the scary stuff like job loss and superintelligence. It's in turns encouraging, inspirational, and also eye-wateringly depressing.
Yeah, and it's not just pie in the sky stuff. He's talking about real, measurable changes, like scientists being 2 or 3 times more productive, or robots that can build other robots. It's wild, but it's not science fiction anymore.
And he's not shying away from the hard parts either. There's a lot in there about jobs disappearing, the need for new policies, and the environmental impact of all this tech. So let's dig into some of the biggest themes.
The starting point is that the gains that AI will be driving from faster scientific progress and productivity will be enormous. Quantifiable and measurable, increases in the pace at which we can push knowledge advancement forwards and also implement insights into our daily routines and processes.
That's a positive start for headline number 1. Great tangible progress and benefits for us all.
Indeed. Then we have the short-term view. This year has seen the arrival of agents that can do real cognitive work, meaning writing computer code will never be the same again. You can see this with tools like Lovable and Instance, no-code conversational AI to build apps, agents, and websites in minutes with no technical skills needed. This alone has thrown the existing software developer job role up in the air and opened up business launch possibilities that just didn't exist 2 years ago to completely non-technical people.
And Sam's view of the next 2 years is that 2026 will likely see the arrival of systems that can figure out novel insights, and 2027 may see the arrival of robots that can do tasks in the real world.
Robotics is a really interesting one, isn't it? The pace of change is seriously impressive, but it's going under the radar somewhat, lost in the noisier mainstream AI hype. We'll talk more about robots and their potential impact on society in a few minutes.
Then there's debate about what the end state will be when a critical mass of people are fully adopting a range of AI tools in their daily lives in 5 years' time.
Totally, and that's 2030 and the start of a new decade, which seems a long way off. But rewind 5 years and we're all sat at home in lockdown due to COVID, and that doesn't seem like ancient history at all. So 2030 is a fairly short horizon. Sam's view in headline number 3 is that we're all going to have AI superpowers with personal productivity off the scale compared with what we could do in 2020.
Tailfin's already tracking over 1,300 AI tools across more than 50 categories, and that's only going to expand. The choice of productivity solutions available by the end of 2025 is going to be overwhelming as it stands, So one of the major challenges for these new AI solutions is cutting through. Brand and loyalty are two words that don't feature much in the market turmoil right now, but the AI businesses that get these two elements right will be seriously well placed to survive and thrive.
Very true. On to headline 4, the rise of digital superintelligence, which is one of the most striking things Altman talks about. He's kind of moving away from the term AGI and saying, look, we're heading into the 2030s with AI that could go way beyond human-level intelligence, and we don't even know how far this could go.
Yeah, and that's both exciting and, honestly, a bit terrifying. I mean, if we're talking about AI that's smarter than us in every way, what does that mean for, well, being human? The statement that the 2030s are likely going to be wildly different from any time that's come before is probably unarguably true. But if we're looking at a blank piece of paper, it's not just what's going to be written on it, it's also who is going to be doing the writing.
That's scary, and in a weird way, quite exciting. If AI can outthink us, outwork us, and maybe even outcreate us, it's going to change the way we relate to each other and to technology. I guess the big question is, can we manage that transition smoothly?
That's the hope, isn't it? And that hope is going to be driven by headline 5. The pace of scientific research is already faster by a factor of 2 to 3 times aided by AI. And this pace is only going to get faster as the technology evolves, meaning that decades of research time become years, years become months, and months become days. The volume of research will no doubt deliver incredible advances in human knowledge, but there's the twin challenges of validation and publication.
Absolutely. Right now, the big academic publishers, who control over 70% of the academic journals out there, are running to catch up with the existing volume of research that needs to be published. Can they handle this avalanche of new material coming at them faster and faster?
I guess if they don't adapt fast, then the existing system will start to break, as science and scientific funding will find a way around them, like a flood bursting those riverbanks rather than waiting politely behind the dam.
Let's move on now to headline 6, which is a little more upbeat. The inbuilt benefit of being human.
This bit got me thinking as well. As Sam says, we will build ever more wonderful things for each other. People have a long-term, important and curious advantage over AI. We are hardwired to care about other people and what they think and do, and we don't care very much about machines. Pretty big words.
AI will let the ideas people build their visions and build great stuff for everyone else to adopt and enjoy, which sounds quite cuddly, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Cuddly, and if I may say so, a little bit fluffy. To buy these great new things, you're going to need money, and that means a job.
Yes. Let's talk about jobs, because this is the part that makes a lot of people nervous. Altman's pretty blunt with our 7th headline. He says whole classes of jobs are going to go away. We could see 2026 being the year of the layoff as businesses ramp up AI use. That's not exactly comforting news for a whole load of people.
No, it's not. And it means we're going to need new policies. Fast. I actually spoke with a policymaker last week who's really worried about this. She said, we're not just talking about retraining workers, we're talking about rethinking the entire social contract. And she's right. If the world gets richer quickly, maybe we can try new ideas, but it's going to take political will and, frankly, a lot of tax dollars. And tax dollars come from people's income, their jobs, and right now the AI sniper scope could be trained on any number of existing occupations.
And then there's the environmental impact of AI, our next headline. People don't always realize how much energy and water AI uses. Like a single ChatGPT query uses about 0.34 watt-hours. That's what an oven uses in a second, or a high-efficiency light bulb in a couple minutes. And it uses water too, about 1/15 of a teaspoon per query. Multiply that by billions of queries, and it adds up fast.
Yeah, energy is kind of the new tech currency. If we want all these AI breakthroughs, we've got to figure out how to do it sustainably. Otherwise, we're just trading one problem for another.
So, let's end now with the final 2 headlines. Headline number 9, the self-perpetuating and self-building cycle. We're not far away from robots building robots and data centers building data centers. AI in physical form and bricks and mortar form, creating copies, clones, and capabilities.
Put like that, we're into the stuff of dystopian Hollywood nightmares, aren't we? If robots can build more robots in 2027, then the landscape changes dramatically. The dynamic between human guidance, interactions, and interventions with robots will have to be nailed down by then.
Totally. Taking digital superintelligence and giving it autonomous power to scale up its processing capabilities with robot-built data centers is going to need some serious regulation. Get that wrong anywhere globally, and the 2030s are going to be a wildly different decade, in oh so many ways.
Which lands us neatly at our final headline, number 10, which is actually the end line to Sam's missive. His final thought he leaves us all with is, may we scale smoothly, exponentially, and uneventfully through superintelligence.
And never has the word uneventfully had to do so much heavy lifting in a sentence. It's got the weight of the world bearing down on it there.
Absolutely. It's a comforting thought until you think too deeply about it. I guess we should leave our listeners with our final takeaway from all this.
For me, it's really exciting, yet a little scary. The pace of change is rapid already and will only get faster. And we're in the hands of a small group of tech giants who have the money, the resources, and the tools to deliver at least some of their version of the future. We're on this roller coaster ride, we're strapped in, and we're heading up that long first climb with no real idea what's next when we get to the top.
Good analogy. Strap in everyone. The rest of this year is going to be eventful in so many ways. We'll be back as usual on Friday with the next Tailfin executive briefing. And until then, I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode.
Thanks, Eric, and thanks, everyone. We'll be back with you soon. Bye for now.